and TV show recaps. We review and read them too, as long as they're Black, Brian and Lamar hosting the show. Remain unbiased in case you don't know. Now you know. There's nothing but competition. It's out to the imagination. If you don't know, now you know.
Disclaimer: no matter if we liked your movie, liked your show, or hated the show, or hated your movie, doesn't matter. We respect you, shout outs to you, and we support you. And we try to get everybody else to support you like we support you. Black on Black Prime, we stand on what we say, though.
And just like always, if you didn't ask for our opinion, we didn't ask you to listen to it. So, sorry.
Click and turn it off.
Hey, you sure you good?
As long as I don't ever see her face to face again, I ain't gonna trip on none of it.
I just don't want to see you, lose it. You end up doing something that you can't come back from.
Please believe me, I'm very conscious of every decision I make. I don't trust your ass.
You didn't trust us this whole time?
By no means do I take disrespect lightly. Apologize for your very disrespectful question.
Apologize for what?
You gotta be fucking kidding me. You got 5 seconds, or it's gonna get a hell of a lot more uncomfortable than it already is in this motherfucker.
Welcome back to another episode of Word on the Street. I am Lamar. That is Brian. We are here to give you the news from the streets. So, Brian, how was your weekend?
Oh, man, it was fantastic, man. I just tell you, man, I had some cornbread that was, my God, it was so
from scratch, or was it Jiffy?
Oh, my God, Jiffy. What are you talking about? From scratch? Who does that?
Make sure you use the eggs.
Absolutely. That laugh like.
Nah, we ain't selling now. We just playing. We about to though, and unless we get some better black content, but we are talking about black content today.
It's like we got to reach for anything at this point. If there's a black movie to come on, even if it's like we don't know for sure, it's like, oh, it's new and it's black. Like, hey, let's see what it's about.
Hey, talking shit. I just got a comment. What if we review some movies from the 70s, like
JD's Revenge?
Yeah, Cornbread Earl and Me. Like, what if we just have a segment where we review some old shit? We got Flashback Fridays already, so we could.
I'm okay with just doing old shit, period. Like, just anything. We wouldn't even have to call it Flashback Friday. It's just like, should we review a Menace to Society this weekend?
Hey, let's do it. Fuck it. I mean, fuck it. Like,
it's movies.
There's no content in the world right now.
Yeah, no good content.
Right. Respectfully.
Yeah. No great content. Let's say
no great content. Yeah. But today we're talking about The Piano Lesson on Netflix. Starring the great Samuel Jackson, Denzel's son and daughter. What's the main girl's name?
In real life?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like Danielle something. Let me pull it up.
Right. She's one of them. I feel like, is it disrespectful to call them what'd you call them? The OGs, the black actors they used to always get. What'd you call them? You had a group name for them.
Oh, the defaults.
The B class, the defaults.
The defaults. Yeah.
Right. That's not in a negative way. It's just like if you want to get a good actress, you call her name type shit.
Danielle Deadwaller.
Yeah, Danielle Delwaller. She was in Till and all of that. She's in this one as the main lady. This was a play. This was a play turned into a movie. You could tell that. I'm glad I knew that before I watched this because I feel like I didn't know that when I watched Fences, and that's why I got to go back and watch Fences again because I wasn't prepared for that.
I'm on the opposite side. I'm glad I didn't know that because it made
sense. You didn't know this was a play?
No, it made sense afterwards. And I was just like, why is the dialogue like that? And then I was just like watching it. I was just like, oh, this was a play. Because I watched the extras at the end. Not the end of the movie, but it's like there's an extra where they're talking about like how they did everything. I was like, oh, it was a play. And then my wife was just like, oh yeah, you didn't know? I'm sorry, I don't be on shit like that. Like, they be trying to make you look stupid as fuck all the time.
I hate over there like, so when's the last time we went to a play now? Come on, tell that.
Oh, you don't know black culture then.
You don't know Raisin in the Sun was a play. Okay.
I was like, baby, you ain't seen Minister Society yet. Like that's me and you, we in the same boat then in that case.
But I'm glad I knew this was a play, like I said, because it's like I'm mentally ready for the long dialogue scenes and all. I watch it with that set of eyes. Like this is a play turned movie. That's what I do when I know this was a play at first. It's like you have to know that, or you will be like, why are these scenes so stretched out? When it's not really stretched out, it's just this is the format of a play.
Right. Yeah, it's I didn't even. The funny part about it is like, even though like it made sense, right? But I was like, I didn't dislike it. It just kind of felt repetitive in a way to where I'm just like, this is the kind of shit that we don't like. But I guess there's an exception for like when you have like good actors and everything else surrounding it is just like it don't really make a difference. Like so when we see a movie of somebody just saying the same thing over again, and the movie's not that great anyway. So it's just
right. When it's like that, it's just like, man, I'm out of here.
Yeah, if anything, I felt like they were being poetic more than anything. Like kind of felt like artistic more than it was just like, these niggas just trying to make a long movie. They just trying to take their short film to be a long film.
Right. So this like I said, knowing it's a play, putting my mind in the mindset of this, I fucking love this movie. Loved it. I love the display of black. You know what's fucked up? And I feel like I'm a fucked up person for feeling this way. I feel like I want to know what it was to live in a world of segregation. It felt like black love was so strong at those times. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
I get what you're saying.
Right. It's like that hate for another black person. It damn near feel like it don't exist. When you watch shit like this, like the period pieces, like even if you talk somebody was around during those times, they'd be like, they'll talk about all the negativity, but it's like, well, what about when you lived on the street with all your black, everything was black and beautiful? It's like, that's what I wanted to see. Like, that's the part I can't even walk around. It's like the hate I feel from white America, I feel from other niggas too. And it'd be like for no reason. You can't even walk in the neighborhood you ain't familiar with without a nigga staring you up and down. It's like, nigga, I'm just here to go to the grocery store. Like, calm down. They don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? Like, it's I wish the black love from segregation was still here. And I'll be feeling like I'm crazy for feeling like that. But it'd be like, God damn, because it's like even in this, they ain't balling. It's like the energy is still there. It's like still love. Like these niggas just pop up at each other's house, walk in, let's have a drink, let's talk some shit, let's sing some songs.
Yeah, no, I get what you're saying. I don't know what time period. I mean, of course, this is in the 40s or whatever, but that time period before, like, well, it's of course it's not slavery, right? It's just like it's like a time to where like black people like they had land, they had businesses or whatever. They was wearing suits, walking around. You know what I mean? And
pride.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like it felt. I don't know how I felt for them, but like it looked like it was a time where it's just like nobody was. You ever see that skit where it's just like the first time somebody said nigga?
I feel like yeah.
So like,
I know what you're talking about.
So it kind of feels like it's like they when they first took that term right and started using it, you know, against each other, but it was in like a a good way. It's like everybody, like nobody's walking around like yes, sir, none of that. It's just like very prideful speaking, even though they might be a little country, but it's not like nigga we can't do nothing without the black males. Like nigga, I'm trying to get some land, like like it's real. I'm trying to think of a word for it. Like I don't know, it's probably just like you said, like it's more pride
pride and self-respect. It's like loving your people. Loving your people.
Yeah.
That's what I summed this movie up to with the whole piano and what the piano represented. It's like loving your people.
Yeah.
That's what it boiled down to for me. And the conflict of the movie is the brother and sister of the man who stole the piano from the slave owner have different ideas for the piano. Like the sister loves the piano because of what it represents, but at the same time, she's doing nothing with it because she's terrified of it.
Yeah.
And then the brother's like, we could take, I know our daddy stole this, but he's thinking about the other shit his daddy taught him just as a man, like buy land, build something. He like, I'm thinking generational. I'm not even, that piano represents the family, but we can use that to build something else that the family can fucking thrive off of. So they both have different ideas for it. You can understand the perspective of both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, because at first I'm just like, this nigga, he came up in there, he was just like, what we gonna do is, I already got one part from one person, and I'm gonna do this to get this from another person, and I'm gonna get that damn piano up out of here. Like he didn't give a damn about what no matter what nobody. He came in that nigga. There was that Doker, Samuel Jackson's house. Like that's his house, that's his home. He was just like, I'm gonna get that piano up out of here. And just like no matter what. And it was like the whole time I'm trying to understand Doker's character, Samuel Jackson's character, was like, I almost feel like he don't give a shit about like a lot going on in the house. You know what I mean? Because at first I didn't know who he was to anybody. It was like, oh, that's the uncle or whatever, right? So he in there chilling. Every time something going on, people coming by, he's like, man, he just drink. There. He's like,
he literally said,
almost like he tired of his family. Like I love
tired of all the bullshit.
Like I love y'all, but man, whatever, man.
What's his name? Billy Boy. It was Billy Boy, right?
Which one?
Denzel's son.
Yeah, Willie Boy.
Willie Boy. Yeah. When Willie Boy, he was breaking down the how black people live. He was
Boy
like,
Willie. I'm sorry. Boy Willie.
Boy Willie.
Willie Boy is a different character.
Willie Boy is his dad.
Yeah.
And Boy Willie is him. So he was talking about living at the top, living at the bottom. Samuel Jackson said, I'm just fine living in the middle. Like, I'm just fine living in the middle. It's like that lets you know exactly what, because he understand both sides too, because he's like, I'm telling you why she ain't gonna sell the piano.
Yeah,
like, I don't give a damn what you say. I'm getting that piano out of here. He's like, I don't care. I'm telling you why she's not gonna sell it.
Yeah, I like how you broke the story down to that Chance the Rapper. What was that name?
Yeah, the like lightweight, slow one.
Yeah, and I liked how his character ended up being at the end. You know what I mean? Because at first, like, it's almost like he had his own separate story. A little bit, Lyman, because it's like that nigga. He didn't want to go back to where he was at, because he pretty much, to him, he was like, man, I escaped. I'm, you know what I mean? I ain't going to jail. I ain't doing none of that. So I'm out here. I'm trying to live out here. And it's like little side missions. You could tell like he wanted the girl that Boy Willie was after.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm about to go back to the crib. And he ended up hitting on Bernice's character. Like, this nigga low-key smooth. At first, nigga come off slow. Like, he ain't got no sense.
I think he was slow, but he more, somebody that's just fully heart, no brains.
Yeah,
it's like that's the energy he has. And then it's like, even with the suit, it's like everybody watching him get hustled for this suit, but ain't nobody saying that.
Everybody looking at that nigga laughing.
That nigga was like, the shoes, yeah. That nigga Boy Willie Boy was like, Boy Willie was like, yeah, man, them shoes is nice. He was like,
the same
size. Damn shoes.
He pulled his shoe away fast. He was like, look, we the same size. He was like, look, I give it to you for $2, some old ass shoes and that bullshit ass suit. He's like, nigga, this is a fully silk suit. Give it to you for $4.
But he felt like the suit was magical because it worked on Bernice.
Yeah.
That's why he was happy about that suit.
Absolutely. He was just like, I got this perfume. They be wearing this out in France. So he was just sitting there, that nigga gamed up Bernice. Bernice don't even want to be with Dr. Dre's character.
Man, he was trying hard too.
He got a whole church.
Yeah.
Like, nigga, get the fuck out of my house. I don't want to be with you.
He pressuring her into getting married. It's like, and to get them draws too. He was at the both.
He said something. He was just like, man, you know, get that thing from closing or some shit like that.
He's like, so close up. And he was like, when the last time you looked at it? It's like, God damn, nigga, you a preacher.
She was like, that's the nastiest thing I ever heard anyone say. Then he was like, well, shit, God damn it. Nigga was getting frustrated.
He was getting hot. He was getting hot.
Yeah.
Let me ask you, do you think Boy Willie killed What's the
Crawler,
white dude's name?
Crawler or Bill Sutter?
Sutter, not
Sutter.
Crawler. We heard how Crawler died. I'm talking about Sutter.
No, I mean, because it's like it didn't really make sense to me, like how he would have did it, and they didn't really like say he did it at the end. But at the same time, it's just like maybe Sutter thought he did it. It's just like who else did it? But then it's like because the yellow dog ghost, I feel like is the one that did it, but maybe he thought it was Boy Willie. I don't know.
I could see that. I could see the yellow dog thing being real just for the fact that Ghost did appear in this movie.
Yeah,
but also when she accused Boy Willie of doing it, he was at the table eating. He's like, so you mean to tell me I walked up while he's looking over it? Like he described the whole scene.
Mm-hmm.
He just looking over the well, and I just walked up and threw him in there. It's like you know too many details.
It's possible. I mean, especially with Sutter being the go like looking for him. It's just like nigga,
right?
Like, he's saying his name, so it's possible that he did it, and him, like choking him out at the end, like ain't no telling. I mean, I feel like that might have been the tell all, but to me, it was just like I don't feel like they went into great detail because I feel like they would have showed exactly what happened, like they did how Crawler got caught, how his dad got killed for taking the not taking the piano, but being in that boxcar. So it's like they would have had that flashback or whatever of him actually doing it. I don't feel like they did it.
But they didn't show how Crawler got killed either. We just heard the story.
They had a little flash, but it wasn't like they didn't show who Crawler was. They had like a little
no, they showed who Crawler was.
They did?
When she was in the bathtub. She was in the bathtub.
Yes. Yeah. My bad. Yeah, they did. They did. Because it was like he was like hugging on her or whatever. Yeah. I'm talking about in that scene, I guess, to where they were talking about it. And he was just like, man, this is what happened. And they grabbed the gun or whatever. That's how he got killed. And it was like a quick little scene. It wasn't nothing crazy. That's why I didn't think we saw him. But I know what you're talking about now.
It's like, it leaves it all to the imagination. But I think I'm with you on the Yellow Dogs because we actually saw ghosts in here. Yeah. But the fact that if the ghosts had never really happened, if it was all just imagination, then it would be like, why would the Yellow Dogs do? But it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yellow Dogs, Yellow Dog. I said Yellow Dogs.
There goes the Yellow Dog. There was a lot of what's it called, like little side stories, like how I was talking about like Lyman and his side story, and then you got Whining Boy and his story. Because I think even though he's supposed to be like famous, he got money, I think that nigga low key broke. He out on his ass.
But it wasn't that. It was like he said he got everything he wanted, and then it was like for nothing. He was like, after you get it all, then you be like, I'm so sick of this shit.
I think that was a cop out. I think that that's how you saying it now. But at the end of the day, I don't think he really making no money. I think that's what he want people to think.
Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying, like the dead end of it, because when we first see him, he's sitting at the piano, he looked back, it's no customers,
nope.
And then he go over there to Deacon, what is his name, Deacon or Decker? Deaker. Yeah, he go to Deaker house. So I don't think he's
Doker.
Yeah, I don't think he's broke. I think he's taking his money and leaving. He realized he had a dead end, so it's like I gotta go find something. Because remember, he said all I can do is play that damn piano. It was like this is the dead end for me. Like I have nothing else. But I don't think he's broke at the same time. I think he's just a hustler. Because you see how he got him out that money for that suit.
That's why I thought he was broke. I was just like, well, I thought this nigga had money. Why he trying to play this nigga for this whack ass suit?
I think he's just a hustler, and that's why they was all because they all. You remember she came downstairs. She said, "All y'all do the same shit. All y'all do is hustle, kill, steal, rob. That's what y'all known for." So it's like that's what he was doing. It's like he saw the money on the table. I'm not gonna take it from you, but I'm gonna hustle you out of it. It's just to do it because he ain't shit.
How this look on me? He was
Let's
like, man,
go
you
up
look
the street
sharp.
and get some girls.
We gonna get some women. And nigga looked over at that. It's funny because like that. Everybody, I don't know about everybody, but it's like a story like that to where it's just like you can't pause when it's you with like your homeboy or whatever like that, and you see a girl you like, and you like, I ain't gonna do it, and then somebody else snatch her up, you like, God damn,
like you know how Boy Willie moved. He moved up quick too. Hey girl, come on, let's dance. That shit was instant.
Hella instant. That nigga looked over and it was like, fuck. And then he was sitting over there with Gil Bean. It was like, I'm not sure where her character, like, where did she come in? Like, who is she?
I mean, they showed her and that was it. Like,
Yeah.
but I think she was the friend of the girl because she was like, I appreciate you keeping me company. Like she was like, I appreciate you taking one for the team. Basically, like he's just kicking with her because Boy Willie's with her friend.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. I thought her character was gonna be bigger because, like, you know, she growing out here in these
That's
streets.
who she is. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of this movie as like it's fucked up that I'm gonna say this though.
Go ahead.
Because it's like I like the feel of this movie, right? Like this movie's like right up my alley as far as like spooky, it's black, and it's like what's that like the feel of this movie is spooky and black.
You said it's up your alley, cuz.
Hey yo. It's got a good feel to it. That pause too?
Yeah. After it being up your alley and having a good feel is a crazy combination. That's a ridiculous combination.
Yeah, it's I can't even think about nothing. I go like, what am I gonna say?
Just start from the beginning. You fuck with the movie. Like you fuck with the feel of this movie.
Right. Yeah. So it's just like the texture of this movie. Like I use that word. The texture of this movie definitely feel. But it's like it's also like I feel like I gotta like this movie, if that makes any sense. So
I don't think you have to though.
Like just hear me out. So like I'm watching it, and I'm just like, this is a good movie, but I'm like, why is it a good movie? And I'm thinking about as a reviewer and as a person that does filmmaking now, like I love everything about it, but it's just like the story still didn't capture me to the point where I'm just like, you know, this is a good, like, that wasn't something that I would go for, like story wise. Like, you know, I love timepieces, but the story wise, like I was just like, okay, you know what I mean? But everything else about it felt really good. Just like I said, the texture, the lighting, the actors, you know what I mean? Like all of that to me was just like dope. But then I feel like going against this movie is almost like no, you can't go against something like this. You know what I mean? It's like going against fences, like going against Raisin in the Sun. You can't go against a movie that has this type of story in it because you black. Like, that's how I felt watching it. Because I'm like, would I watch this movie again? And I don't think I would, but that doesn't mean it's bad. It's just like the story just wasn't for me.
It's certain things like you wouldn't watch again just because there's no reason to. But that wouldn't make it bad. Like that wouldn't even make if you was fucking with the story and said I wouldn't watch it again, that don't make it bad either. It's like you just don't have a reason to watch it again. But also you do have a right to your opinion. If you don't fuck with the story, you don't fuck with the story.
Yeah, it just was just
you know
like,
what I'm saying?
I'm thinking about the full thing.
It's not a slash against your opinion on black film by saying I didn't really fuck with this one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like there's no that's the point of us giving our review on it because it's our opinion. It might be some people out there feel the same as you. Like I don't really fuck. Like I could see a lot of people saying, "Nah, I don't fuck with this," because there's a lot of people that be like, "With plays, I can't fuck with no play." It's like I get that. That's opinion is opinion.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I fuck with the movie tough because I love it. Like I fuck with the storyline. I fuck with everything. For me, we always talk about this. Like for me, sometimes I don't need the full explanation. You gave me enough. Yeah. Sometimes the feel of it, the ending of it, everything. I don't need to know what happened after this point. I want to know for sure, but I don't need to know for me to be like, I love this shit. You get what I'm saying? But if I didn't like it, I'm gonna say I didn't like it at the same time.
Yeah, like it's almost like I felt like I kind of have this same. I had this same feeling with the Changeling, like low key. Like it was just like I'm watching it. I'm like, this is this great, this amazing shot movie. It's like it's great, you know what I mean? Like with the acting, and I'm sure there's something there, you know what I mean? Like the feel of it. All of these things are good, but there's something about that story that just like it didn't sit well with me. It didn't connect well. Maybe I gotta watch it again, but it's like I gotta like it though. It's just like all y'all niggas, you know what I mean? It's like that's how I felt. You know what I mean? I'm not saying I got to, but at the same time, it's just like I'm watching this movie like, okay. Yeah,
right.
I fuck with that.
But that's the beauty of us doing the breakdown of our rights. you have four categories to judge. So it's
Yeah.
like we're not judging it as a whole. We're not giving the right as a whole for the whole movie. We're breaking it down in parts. So if you get to the story and you silent, that's just what it is. Because I feel like
it won't be a silent, because I'm like, at this point, so I thought about that too, and I was just like, man, I've given certain movies a right just because it's like I thought it was good. It just wasn't like, like that was, you know what I mean? Like that whole story, like it did something to me. Like I felt the way when I watched it. You know what I mean? It didn't. It didn't feel the way. Like I liked everything else about it. It just was the story. Now, if I think about what the story is about, like if you can break down what this story is about, like what would you say? What would be your like if you was telling somebody like this is about this?
As far as this movie goes,
This movie, yeah.
It's about family legacy, what to hold on to and what to let go of. Like your purpose. It's really the definition of black love. Like the shit black people like that. Some people will see that piano as a curse. Some people will see it as I'm still holding on to, even though it's a curse, it makes me, it's a part of me. And I think that was the struggle. Like, Boy Willie's thinking about that piano like, nigga, my daddy died for that fucking piano. I'm selling that piano. And she's thinking like, my daddy died for this piano. I can't let go of this piano. You get what I'm saying? There's two different angles of why you love this piano. And on top of that, your family's carved into this fucking piano. Like it's real life legacy. Yeah. She's living in a shack. They're pouring water in fucking tubs to get water boiler. It's like you have every reason in the world to sell this piano for the profit of it and move up in life, but you like, no, nigga, this is part of our family, even though I hate it. Yeah. And Boy Willie's like, this is part of our family, so we're gonna use this to take another step above. Like we're gonna use this as a point to move forward to where we could build something even bigger for our family. Like we'll go buy the fucking plantation that our family was on, where this piano was created. He has the chance to do that if he gets rid of the piano. So it's like it's about legacy and the things that are important and that aren't.
Right.
For me, that's how I see it. It's about family.
Yeah. See, I was like, I guess I was looking more at like, 'cause this is like kind of like a spooky tale a little bit, right? Like I guess like when I first saw like the trailer, I'm just like, okay, this is supposed to like give like low key creep vibes. You know what I mean? So thinking about the piano and where it started, like the piano wasn't theirs to begin with. So it's just like he ended up, you know, the pretty much the owner's wife wanted to carve her slaves in the piano.
Right.
You know what I mean? So he's doing that or whatever. And it's like they steal the piano. But it's like maybe if the piano was already theirs, like it being the white family's first, just kind of was just like, well, why did they care about the piano that much just because he carved but it's their family in it?
If you backtrack, that piano is theirs because they traded their family to get that piano. If me, my wife, and my son,
white people traded the family for the piano. Yeah.
Yes. So that's representing my family right there. And it's like you won't even trade the piano back to bring me my family back. You rather make me work on this motherfucker and carve the people you gave away to keep y'all happy. I'm carving my wife and my fucking son in here to make y'all happy. Right. It's fucking insane. So it's like it's pretty much ours. My family, I carved my whole family into it. It's making your wife happy, whatever, but that's ours now. So it's kind of like, fuck you. We can't get back. We can't get back at you no other way. So I'm gonna steal this fucking piano because it don't mean shit to you now. Because your mama, the woman that was playing it, is dead. He's the son of the guy who said carve it into it. Right. So it's like that piano ain't shit but furniture to you. That piano is our legacy though.
So Sutter coming back, you think what does Sutter have to do with the piano that's not like really his? The legacy is the black folks. So but when they move the piano, it's not really about the black folks, it's about Sutter. Like Sutter's the one that's shaking the house and Sutter's the one that's haunting because of the piano. So it's just like that's another thing that it didn't connect well for me to where I'm like, okay, like all what you saying is making sense. Like I got that too or whatever, like the legacy and them holding on to something. And, you know, it's not like an heirloom or whatever. You know what I mean? Like this is our family's heirloom. And I feel like maybe if it has something to do with like like the end had something to do when she was like calling up on the ancestors and they came and got rid of Sutter or whatever like that.
Yeah.
But I feel like I guess I would have wrote it different, or I would have like made it to where that piano, it was almost like the ancestors were mad at boy Willie for trying to take it, not Sutter. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, nigga, like this is our shit. Like we haunting you in some kind of way. Of course, like it would, expand a little bit and make the story a little bit longer on how that would work. But like the whole slave master coming and haunting, I didn't like that part enough. I get it. But I guess the story didn't align well for me to be like, you know what, this was a good story about this piano and, everything else that you said with it.
Right. It's just I feel like the hate that people have, like even in death, he couldn't let go of the fact that they got one up on him by taking that piano.
That makes sense.
Even in death, this is why he's haunting them for that piano. It's like the haunting didn't happen till after he died, but while he's alive, he's so mad that he couldn't find these motherfuckers that stole his piano. I killed the man who did it, I think, because he didn't even know if he was in the boxcar for real. He just like assumed he was in there and killed him. So it's like, I'm so mad that y'all got one up on me. Even in my death, I hate y'all so much that I want to kill y'all.
Yeah.
And it's like you think about who really took the piano. Two of the people are dead. The person riding on that truck afterwards was that boy. That was Boy Willie.
What
Boy Willie was riding in the front seat when it was driving off with that piano.
As a kid,
yeah. So he's the last one alive to help steal that piano, pretty much. Except besides Doker and what's the piano? Whining boy. But Doker said I seen him. But Doker just don't give a fuck. And I think that's the thing. Doker and Whining Boy never wanted to steal that piano. So they kind of like excluded from it. We just helped them. We didn't want to do it.
Yeah.
It's like they don't give a shit about the piano either way it goes. So it's like the one that does care is that son.
Yeah.
He's claiming it as ours. Doker like, I don't give a fuck about the piano. Whining Boy, I don't give a fuck about the piano. But he like, that's my piano.
Yeah.
That's our piano. Me and my sister. This is our piano. So it's like they're claiming it. Claiming it for a man that hated him so much that they got one up on him that even in his death you can't even rest in peace because these niggas stole from him.
Nigga, you try to move the piano up out of here, nigga, I'm killing you. That's another part I was just like, man, fuck this.
But I don't think that was him. No, I don't think that was him in that part. You talk about when they tried to move it and all the lights and shit started happening. I think that's the ancestors like, leave this damn piano alone.
I thought for the whole time I'm thinking it's Sutter, because Sutter is the one that is like haunting the house, and you know what I mean, and around like the ancestors came like kind of more at the end, which I did like that part. Like that part felt really good as far as like it almost reminded me of like Tales from the Hood, like the little dolls or whatever. Like
it reminded me of
and Crazy K.
It reminded me of the show I always talk about. They only had one season.
Lovecraft Country.
Lovecraft. That whole scene reminded me of Lovecraft, especially as she was calling him back, because I think that was dope too. You think she was gonna sit down and play like a song, but it was like no, she just banging on it and bringing her like chanting for her family. I think that was dope, because normally you'll get like amazing grace. She didn't do none of that. It was like just banging on it to bring the family back. She can play it, but I'm bringing the family back to protect us.
Yeah. Another part I did like was the song that the little chant that all the men were singing around the table.
Oh, that was hard.
I thought that was fire.
That was hard.
Samuel Jackson didn't want to join. He was like, I was just like, yeah. And they were stomping. I was like, I like that.
That was hard. That was hard.
Yeah.
But it showed like even in that, like, because they talking about being on the chain gang, they was all in jail at one point. Because that's what they chanting about, right? Like working on a railroad.
Yeah.
It's like they singing the song that they love, but at the end you see they all get emotional, like nigga. And Samuel Jackson like, I don't ever want to see them again.
That's that beautiful part that you're talking about. Like, there's nothing like that, like other than like rap songs, like of course, like me and you no matter what, like me and you have a connection or whatever when it comes to like Martin, right? Like I can say something that you'll know right away, but there's not like a black chant that every black person knows, no matter what. You know what I mean? It's like you get around a bunch of black men, it's like you gotta know this. You know what I mean? You gotta know this.
It's some songs where there ain't no chants. There's some songs that you get around black. If you get around black people sing Fantasia, When I See You, we all joining in. It's like we got black songs, but we don't have no black chant.
Yeah, I feel like that's all because like I'm not even a big fan of that Fantasia song, so I'm one of the ones that wouldn't sing it like that. When I See You, that's not one of my joints, bro. When that shit come on, I'll be like, why y'all like this shit so much? It's cool. ain't one of my ones. It ain't one of my ones.
Well, I'm saying even in that was just an example.
I get what you're saying. Yeah,
there are some songs. We don't got no chance, but there are some songs.
But I feel like there should be.
So there definitely should be. It should be the Black National Anthem, but we ain't joining in. We don't know the words.
Yeah, I feel like even just black men. Like I feel like black men should have like that same camaraderie. Like back then, it's like you get around and it's like you can chant, you can drink, and you can talk about good times without it being like bullshit.
Yes, but that's the feel. I hate to say it, that's the feel of segregation. Like the black love and segregation is crazy to me.
Yeah. Hey man,
it's crazy to me. It's fucked up that I want that feel. I'm not saying I'm with segregation, but I want the love that we had from segregation back then for black on black love, not the other shit.
It's funny because my wife pointed out, I was just like, we say the same things though. Like back then, that dialogue when she was going outside with the little girl Maritha, and she was just like, all right, like make sure you ain't got too much of your black on. But she meant like, don't be a nigga out here in these streets.
Yeah,
like, you know what I mean? It just sounds different. But yeah, I thought that was dialogue was dope.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just like now knowing that it was a play, I was just like, okay, that all makes sense now. Even the chant makes sense now. So I can see that going off in a play.
That was definitely a play moment, but I was here for all of it.
Yeah.
Keep the song going. Fuck that. Keep stomping. I'm trying to join in.
And I hate musicals. But that was dope.
I fuck with musicals if it's the right musical.
Yeah.
If it's the right one, I fuck with it.
Yeah. I'm trying to think. I think that was it. I don't have too much to say. I wanted to get that out because I'm like, okay, like I might as well. I was like, I could just sit here and just say that. I was like, man, shit, hell yeah, I love it. Big rights across the board. You know what I mean? But it was just like, I have a feeling about it still too. You know what I mean? It wasn't that it wasn't good. It was just like, I'm supposed to like this. It's supposed to feel.
I literally go into every movie, show, or whatever we watch and wipe my mind for what I judge everything else. I could have fucked up and gave something else all rights and judge another movie not the same way, and somebody would be like, well, how the fuck you give that other one all rights? That's how I felt about the other one. I don't give a fuck about impressing nobody with my rights. If I love something, if I hate something, I'm gonna say if I love it or hate it.
Yeah,
if I love something all the way and don't fuck with the storyline, you're gonna hear me say because that's how I feel about it. I don't be like but then I can't say because I gave that other movie a right. I don't give a fuck what I gave the other movie. That was for that moment.
That's where I struggle because I'm just like,
I can't do it.
I've given something a right because right is good, right? I was like, I couldn't imagine giving, like, I like parts about this movie, the story. Like, it was just some parts that didn't connect for me. So I'm just like, shit, there's other shit that didn't connect for me in other films that I gave probably a ride. You know what I mean? So it's just like,
but it was enough. It was enough for you to give it to right, maybe.
Right, but this one it felt different though. You know what I mean? It was just like, like those was just like, yeah, right. Like it was cool. Like I liked it. I'll probably watch it again or whatever. But this was more of like am I supposed to like? Is it supposed to connect with me no matter what?
Perfect example. How'd you feel about Ma Rainey and the Black Bottom? Or what is called Ma Rainey?
Mama Rainey or something like that.
Ma Rainey's Black Bottom.
I don't think I've ever seen that movie. Talking about the Chadwick Boseman movie. I don't think
that was a play too. Yeah. I was bringing that up because if we would have reviewed that, I would have gave it our capital rights. And I've never watched that movie again, and I don't plan on watching the movie again because it's like there's nothing else I can. Certain movies, there's nothing else I can get from it. There's no reason for me to watch it again. So it's like it's like that don't take away from the story being great, but it's just nothing else. There's no reason for me to watch it again.
Would you give Fences all capital rights?
I gotta watch it again
because
I turned Fences off. I wasn't ready for it. I wasn't ready for the long dialogue.
So it's like I enjoyed the movie, but it's like I would have probably gave it the same ranking that I'm gonna give this movie.
Mm-hmm. And that makes sense. Like I said, you get it. So your judgment is your judgment. You don't want your judgment to. You don't want to judge it in a way that's gonna please somebody. Fuck everybody else's opinion. Everybody gonna feel different about it anyway.
Yeah, like I definitely don't care about like the thought. It's just more of like me. You know what I mean? Like it's more of a me thing when I'm just thinking to myself, like, should I like this shit? You know what I mean? I don't care if that people will be like, "Oh, nigga, you gotta like it," because it's like, shit. I'll tell you right now, I don't like Pimp a Butterfly. Like that's my real feeling. Like it's just not my type of album. I get it, but it's just like I ain't gonna watch. It's my thing, right? But when I listen to this, is just when I watch this, I'm just like, there was so much good. But then it was something else where I'm just like, I can't even really give my opinion fully because it's gonna make it seem like I'm hating on it or I don't like it, and I'm supposed to.
Or you're being honest. Who the fuck can tell you what you're supposed to like? I love to Pimp a Butterfly. If somebody debate me on it, I'm gonna debate them on it. But I'm not debating to change your mind. You get what I'm saying? My opinion is my opinion because there ain't no way you can change my mind on it. Yeah. You feel how you feel about it. Fuck it. Like who's gonna tell you, nigga, this represents black? Shut up, nigga. It's a movie. You know what I mean? Like this don't change blacks.
So in a situation like this, right? Like if somebody was to like we was rating the Pimp a Butterfly, like how we do movies or whatever, right? I can appreciate so much about it that I could still give it a right, but it's not like it ain't great to me. You know what I mean?
So you would give it regular rights, which makes sense.
Right, like, but it's like, of course, like production would be like up there. You know what I mean? Like concept up there.
So think it like
lyrics up there.
Think of it like this: none of these movies are on the scale. By you giving this one a low right, that doesn't now bring this movie up here. No, this is just how you feel about this. There's no scale for it. It's just the movie by itself. So whatever you judge another movie on, you judge that movie on. There's no scale to be like. Nobody's gonna run back the tape and be like, "But that nigga like this one, so how the fuck he?" Nah,
Lamar
nigga, it is what it is.
Lamar will, ladies and gentlemen.
Hey, if you contradict yourself, I would.
Lamar will rewind back the tape like, "Nigga, remember you said this?"
Hey, if you contradict yourself, but your opinion on something else, that's not the same.
I contradict myself every day.
That's just I'm saying human. That's not the same thing. Your opinion on one movie is your opinion on one movie alone.
Yeah. That's it. I get what you're saying.
There's no reason to be like you don't want to be standing on the line representing a movie that you don't really fuck with because on this other movie you say yes to, but this one is like I'm not really feeling this, but because I said yes to that one, I can't let black people down to be like no to this one. No, it is what it is.
Yeah, that's it. But yeah, I felt like I expressed it the way I wanted to because I was thinking about it yesterday and I was just like, I'm gonna talk about this shit.
Some shit just don't connect. Like the blackening, I laughed my ass off. You said, nigga, that shit ain't funny. It is what it is. But that's literally the blackening. That you didn't set black people back.
And I watched it twice. I was like, I'm watching this shit one more time at home. And I was like, ah.
I still feel like it was your setting. I feel like the setting you went in the first time watching, you was already irritated. And I feel like that killed it. Like
that's why I watched it again.
But no, it's too late. Your opinion is already formed then. You watch it again, your mind goes back to I was irritated when I watched it that time. I can see it.
Yeah, no, I get you.
But it is what it is. It's like that don't take away from nothing else.
Yeah.
This is just your opinion on this.
Yeah. Ready to rate this? I'm sure you know my rating at this point.
You want me to go first?
Go ahead.
I give it a right. I ain't gonna waste your time. I ain't gonna waste your time.
I'm gonna give this movie right, and a right.
So there y'all go, man. Brian don't really support black movies.
I hate y'all.
We are here, man.
See, this is the color I want my skin. Oh shit, man.
I mean, I'm interested to see. I guarantee there's more people that won't like this movie than we actually think. I feel like it's like you said, people are kind of scared to give their real opinions on shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you might get a lot more of No, this represents black people. It's just a movie. Like it's really just a movie.
You know what I do want to watch again because like I don't know if I was mature enough to watch it back in the day as Bamboozled. I haven't watched
Love that
Bamboozled.
movie.
I haven't watched Bamboozled since it came out.
Love that movie. We can review that one next.
Yeah, so I want to watch that and see what kind of opinion that I got about it at this point in my life.
Let's do that because I want to watch it again. I fucking love Bamboozled.
Yeah, I'll watch that shit again.
Yeah, so I mean, at this point, ladies and gentlemen, we about to just start dropping old school shit on y'all. Like we're searching and searching. It's hard to find a decent movie because we don't want to. I don't want to come in here and do what I did to Stepdaughter 2 on hella black movies. I don't like doing because I have to be honest. I'm not gonna come in here and lie. I'm not gonna come in here and act like I'm feeling something I'm not. I just can't do that. So I don't want to just shit on black movies.
Yeah. Same. I mean, I literally was just like, man, it ain't nothing else going on.
And I was trying. I was giving movies 10, 15-minute chances. I'm just like, I can't do this.
Yeah.
So
maybe we should start doing polls again. And just like,
what?
Just like, hey man, like what you know what I mean? What movie y'all want us to watch? Because people will answer polls. I feel like even people that don't follow us, they see the poll.
I mean, we could do it again.
I said people. I ain't say men. I good. People could be women. They ain't see the poll.
That nigga said we should start doing polls again. I mean, people that don't follow us still see the poll. Like, damn, nigga.
Hey yo, that was crazy.
That nigga hit it with a three-piece combination on that one.
Hey man.
I mean, I will put up a suggestion box. Hopefully, the problem is we keep getting the same suggestions. It's like it's gonna be like Godfather or Harlem. The problem is there's so much to catch up on that, and you got to really be in the mood to watch Godfather or Harlem.
It's funny because the comment section, it was somebody that asked for Stepmother 2, but they really meant Stepdaughter 2. And you was just like,
is that what that was?
Yeah. I was like, I knew as soon as they said it, I was like, they mean Stepdaughter 2. And you was just like, nigga, here's the link. We did that one already.
I didn't. So I thought they literally meant Stepmother 2. So I sent them that link like we did that.
She meant Stepdaughter 2 for sure.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go back and put another link on there if I remember. I probably ain't gonna remember.
Yeah, fuck it. It's too
I ain't
late.
gonna remember. But yeah, that's where we at. So y'all probably get some old school till something new drop. Brian probably ain't gonna watch Gladiator 2, so we ain't gonna do that one. I'm excited to watch.
I actually want to see Gladiator 2, but I'm not gonna see it in the movie theaters. I saw the first one a few times. I just didn't.
Okay.
I'm not gonna go to the movies. Like, so I'm gonna.
I don't want to either. I was looking online, like, where can I pay to watch this at home? I really just didn't feel like going to the movies to watch it.
I'm down to watch it because Denzel in it.
Yeah,
I mean to review it. I mean
that counts.
Yeah.
I'm with that. If we can get it at home, I'll pay to watch it at home. I do not want to go to the movies and watch it.
Yeah. Not gonna do it. But
anyways, like, share, subscribe, talk back wherever. If you dare, let us know below how y'all feel about this movie. Watch it on Netflix. Support black movies regardless. Give it a chance. If you don't like it, you don't fucking like it. It's life.
Fuck it. Peace. Throw them balloons up.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe to our YouTube and Spotify and follow us on IG and TikTok.